They talked about dream houses on their first date. Did you know that Michael Keaton and Courteney Cox were deeply in love in the 90s? Their romance lasted for more than 5 years, making everybody wonder when they would finally tie the knot. But that marriage never happened. So why did the industry's brightest stars part their ways? The 1980s turned out to be more than overwhelming for Keaton. Can he remember that now?
I never went into it to become a movie star. And anybody who tells you it's not fun to have people say hi to you and say they think they're great are lying to you.
As the actor described at that time, married, house, kids right away, career, a lot of attention, which is not something I'm crazy about. I don't hate it, but it's never my first choice. It was mostly good. In 1989, Michael Keaton was riding high with 2 fantastic movies to his credit, Clean and Sober and Batman. In Batman, he played the eternal hero Bruce Wayne, but it was his portrayal of a struggling addict that brought great love into his life. Keaton was a 38-year-old divorcee at the time when he met Cox. Young and unknown, Courteney Cox was mesmerized with Keaton's acting. At the time, they had a mutual friend who introduced them to each other. It was Courteney who initiated the first date. She couldn't resist the temptation, while he was interested to learn more about the aspiring actress. Keaton and Cox chose a surprising location for their first date. Back in 1989, he was already a high-profile movie star who wanted to keep things under the radar, so the future lovebirds had their first date at Cox's home. Surely they were trying to avoid paparazzi. Cox later shared the details. We talked about our dream homes, the great ones we'd seen, and the kind we'd like to build ourselves. At that point, Keaton had just got a divorce from Caroline McWilliams. His relationship with his ex-wife didn't stand the test of time. They tied the knot in 1982 and welcomed their only son, Sean Douglas, the following year. But in January 1990, the Batman actor filed for divorce. Even after parting ways, the former couple remained close friends and continued co-parenting Sean. In fact, the Batman star even left Hollywood to be more involved in raising his son. Maybe a traumatic experience of divorcing someone and rising fame taught Keaton how to keep things private. It didn't bother Courteney, though. As she later said, they were totally in sync. We were sympathetic on so many levels. If something weird happened, we would turn to each other and just say, I know. They did everyday errands together, window shopping on Montana Avenue near Courteney's Santa Monica home, going to the movies, cooking at her place. They enjoyed meals prepared on the stove Keaton gave her as a housewarming gift in '92.
The only thing that I love it, it's so funny, and I'm so happy that I was a part of this amazing thing.
The two fell passionately in love, and over the next 5 years, there were constant rumors that Keaton and Cox were close to getting married. However, Cox has always denied that Keaton had proposed to her, and they never made enough of a commitment to move in together. I bet that 3-carat diamond is really beautiful, Cox told journalists in reference to the gossip, but I never saw it. The actress revealed that she wasn't quite sure what finally made them go their separate ways. Nothing about our relationship was ever simple, the former Friends star said. But she also admitted that it was a joint decision. It's the most important relationship I've ever had, and I think he's the most wonderful person I've ever met. We still love each other, she said a couple of months after their separation. At the time, Cox didn't reject the possibility of reconciliation. With us, you can never tell. Keaton and Cox never got back together. Keaton didn't allow any of his relationships to become public. Since his romance with Cox, he repeatedly got caught on camera with new mysterious women. Sadly, nobody knew who they actually were and why they were close to Keaton. The Batman star has been tight-lipped about the identity of his partners ever since.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
So, what did actually make them split up? Why was the marriage between Keaton and Cox never meant to be? Although neither party publicly explained their decision, it seems that Keaton wasn't eager to formalize their relationship. In the interview, the Friends star said she was by then more interested in Keaton than in her career. It was challenging for the young actress to be on track with her profession. Given her commitment, what if Keaton didn't want to jump into a new marriage?
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Perhaps Keaton didn't want to be trapped in the formal boundaries of marriage. After the divorce, Keaton immersed himself in acting, searching for authentic ways to express his personality. In the interview, he described his vision of how romantic affairs can work out. Relationships are complicated, but if you're authentic and you seek out authenticity, things will work out. It seems that the actor has always searched for new ways to express himself. In the mid-2000s, his career stalled. As Keaton described this period, "Maybe I got bored with acting. That sounds so cavalier. I was bored. But I probably did get a little bored with myself. People forget about you, and I'm off doing other things." Although his relationship with Cox was in the media spotlight in the 90s, it was the point when the actor completely went under the radar with his personal life. We knew very little about his love life. 2 years after the breakup with Keaton, Cox said she thought it would be hard to date someone again. She shared, "Actors dating actors can work out. The most important thing is to be with someone who's creative and passionate about what they do." That's when she met former actor David Arquette and eventually married him.
Courtney met David making Scream. In 3 years, they would marry.
She's stunning to look at.
He was nothing like Keaton, showing his emotions and boldly proposing to her shortly after they started dating. But their relationship just didn't work out. Cox explained, "There's a lot of things that David likes to do completely opposite of the things I do. I don't want to inhibit him in his life. He really is a very gregarious guy. He's very outgoing. I'm much more of an introvert." After the divorce, Cox started dating Snow Patrol singer Johnny McDaid. Well, back to Courtney and Michael. Maybe that romance didn't work out because of their differences? Perhaps Cox was eager to tie the knot and plunge into love completely. But we doubt that Keaton could be that enthusiastic about committing, given his responsibilities and emotional demands of parenting. Approaching him was never easy for Courtney, especially as it seems that another marriage just wasn't in the cards for Michael. They were a remarkable Hollywood couple that didn't endure the challenge of accepting each other. As the romance unfolded, it became evident that Keaton and Cox could no longer be together. Having shared life priorities could have saved them, but the relationship was doomed as Keaton prioritized his professional path. Could it be that Cox insisted on marriage and Keaton remained unresponsive for too long? Or was the problem hiding in their professional ambitions? Unfortunately, this famous relationship from the 90s remains a mystery to us. Maybe it would have been better if they'd met later in life, with Courtney already being at the pinnacle of her career. Well, we'll never know, but we've been wondering if there's any chance something could have saved this romance. What do you guys think?